With a little patience, knowledge of your subject's habits, and the right equipment, you can get some unforgettable wildlife shots. My name is Roy Toft. I'm a wildlife photographer from San Diego, California. And in this Tamron podcast, I'm going to give you some useful tips in shooting wildlife with your Tamron 28-300 VC lens. For this session, I want to get a variety of perspectives for my subject. I'll be using the Tamron 28-300 VC lens. The VC stands for vibration compensation. I'm going to shoot this session handheld, and the VC capability of this lens will prevent any motion blurring. So here we go. We got some spur-thighed tortoises from Africa, captive bred from a friend of mine, and they're going to be our subjects today, right? Very mellow and non-dangerous. You gonna come up and get some photos done, buddy? One of my goals for this session is to get some really tight shots of the head and arms of this tortoise. You can see they have really interesting eyes, as well as a lot of texture on the scaling on their legs, and I want to show that by getting nice and tight. Hey, buddy. You're an active little guy, aren't you? At the 300mm end of this lens, I can get all that fine detail at 1:3 magnification. You know, the flowers in this background, it just added a little bit of color. We're dealing with a middle tone animal on a middle tone surface, you know, being a granite boulder. So it's nice to get a little bit of color in the background, kind of get some pop in this picture. There is a little bit of yellow in the animal itself, in the scaling, so it's going to match nice. I want to shoot at a slower shutter speed to maximize my depth of field with having these flowers in the background. I want them to kind of come through. So with the 28-300 VC, I can shoot handheld at 1/15 of a second and not get any blurring. That's, of course, if the tortoise doesn't move. Our lighting situation today was actually a great lighting situation for shooting macro, utilizing the VC capability of this lens. And that's, you know, shooting at a slower shutter speed. And that way I can keep my ISO down. I was shooting at 100 ISO today, get the finest detail when you're shooting macro, and I can get away with that by getting a couple extra stops, hand holdability, by shooting with the VC lens and being at a 1/15 of a second. Flash is going to come in and help a little bit freezing on the motion of the animal. Once again, the VC part helps motion on my end, holding the camera and the lens, but it doesn't stop motion for the animal. Actually, on some of these shots, I'm just going to zoom right in. I'm filling the frame with them. You can see the working distance I have. At 300 mils, I'm actually filling the frame with that tortoise right now. For more great tips about photography, look for upcoming podcasts at tamron.com.